I forgot to change it. Dragon. Rock the dragon. World of Warcraft change now. Okay, there. Oh my god. Like, I accidentally posted the thing to the Discord and immediately had to go.
Immediately had to change that shit.
Well, no, I had immediately had to start the stream.
Oh.
Because I posted to the Discord that we were live and we were not.
That is very silly.
I'm very tired.
You know we don't have to do this. We literally
But
don't.
I want an info dump.
Okay. Twitch is serving me obscene Taco Bell commercials, and I'm upset.
We live right next to a Taco Bell.
I know, and we never have it. If anybody wants to give us Taco Bell money.
There's literally nobody even
I know,
here.
that's why I
Calm
did it.
down.
That's why I did it. Because there's no one here.
Calm
And I don't feel
down.
bad. Because I'm not pressuring real people.
Okay. Man, how you doing?
Hello.
I had an interesting day on the way back.
Yeah.
Fun things happened.
Actual fun.
Like good things.
Yeah, like good things, not sarcastic good things. Like,
It was very cute. I posted a picture and a video of it, but on the way back, we got on the bus, I sat down, and then I noticed that there was like something on my shoulder, and I took a look, and there was a little inchworm on my shoulder. And so that inchworm is now gone a full 6 miles from where it was, which is very far for an inchworm.
it's very far.
Like farther than it probably ever would have gone in its entire life. And it is now on a tree over here. And I hope it survives and lives a good life. And then, as we were walking into the fucking, as we were walking into the apartment, a ladybug landed on the same shoulder.
It was very cute.
So, as Jazz said, I am giving Disney princess energy today.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Apparently my right shoulder is a haven for insects. I'm very sick. Hey, how you doing, Jade? All right, cool.
Hello, hello.
I can info dump. Although I'm very tired, so take everything I say with like a grain of salt in terms of the canonicity of things, because ooh, manifold sandals. I don't have those. Oh, damn! They're buy one pick up. Damn it! I could have sent those to my warlock. So I may fuck up some canon stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go back to the city.
But aw, thanks, Neb.
There is a stream deck on the throne, cause the current stream deck is doing some fucky shit. It is now twice started recording things when we are not here. or not at computers. And 2 of the buttons don't work. So
yeah, we're
like
looking
4
to.
years old, 5 years old now.
We're gonna need to replace it. Because the thing randomly recording for 11 hours at a time is a little not great.
Well, it wasn't that it recorded for 11 hours. It recorded until the drive was full. That was the main problem. Oh, there's a Time Walker envoy? Oh.
To see you here.
Oh. I thought you meant time walking as in
Pleasant spending time with you.
time walking dungeons. I haven't done that actually. Shit, I should do that tomorrow because I do not have it in me for dungeons today. So, hi. I am not. I'm just very tired. So which dragon flight should I start with? Or should I just start at the beginning of dragons?
You literally said, I can't do this tonight the other night because I have to start at the very beginning. Because if you don't know who the Titans are, then you don't understand the dragon aspects.
Oh, actually, I need to clean up the,
Jade says beginning.
Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be a lot.
I might be muting my mic for this.
So... Let me go pull something up really quick. Not pull up like anything to like research, but I need to go pull up a model really quickly so I can start describing this shit. So at the beginning of the planet, before the ordering of Azeroth, the planet was just full of chaotic elemental shit and old gods. Well, these giant beings called the Titans came. The Titans are basically gods in and of themselves, massive planet-sized beings filled with magic. They hold aspects over order of the universe. They came and were like, yo, this planet's gonna be one of us one day, so we gotta take care of it. And they had a bunch of shit that they did, and they killed one of the old gods, and then they imprisoned the rest of them, and they cleaned up the elemental bullshit by locking the different elements in their own elemental planes, and then started building sentient artificial creatures out of earth and metal to watch over the planet. And like be its caretakers while they were out doing their shit. Bunch of shit happens to the Titans. They don't really matter anymore for the story. But on the planet, a group of things called proto-drakes. These are proto-drakes. Eventually grew from the life there. There was one proto-drake that was massive, and it kept eating everything. And it was a really fucked up proto-drake named Galakron. Galakron, one second. Let's go see Galakron really quick. Galakron was so fucked up. No, not Sholazar. I guess Fjord? We'll go to Howling Fjord. Galakron would eat other proto-drakes and stuff, and oh god damn it, and end up vomiting them back out because he just constantly ate, like in a way that was not. He didn't need to eat. He just ate to eat. and he would vomit out these proto-drakes and stuff that he would eat, and they would be undead. They would come back as like these fucked up undead creatures. And so eventually some of the proto-drakes, specifically the proto-drake Alexstrasza, the proto-drake Neltharion, the proto-drake oh my god, my brain, Ysera, the proto-drake Nosdormu, the proto-drake Neltharion, all teamed up and were like, yo, we gotta do something about Galakrond. This thing is gonna kill everything on the planet. The undead bullshit it keeps spewing is gonna kill everybody. We're going to like band together and face it, even though it is many magnitudes of order larger than them. Well, one of the things that the Titans had left behind, one of the beings that the Titans had left behind as keepers, was named Tyr. And Tyr was like, yo, I see you guys wanting to do something to help. I'll give you a hand. And that was an accidental pun. So Tyr is like, yo, I'll fight Galakrond with you. And the 6 of them all band together and they defeat Galakrond. Tyr losing a hand in the process and eventually reforging a new hand out of silver, which gave rise to the Order of the Silver Hand, which is a paladin order and all this other stuff. But when that was finished, he was like, yo, obviously the keepers are not enough to help out this planet. We need to do something. And these guys are pretty fucking chill. So let's empower them and uplift them from being proto-drakes. And so Tyr eventually convinces the rest of the keepers outside of Odin, who took his little bit of Ulduar and just left. He convinces the rest of the keepers to empower these proto-drakes. The proto-drakes are then turned into dragons. And the dragons then have aspects over things that the Titans would have aspect over. So one, Alexstrasza has the aspect of life, and then there's the aspect of magic in Malagos. There's the aspect of earth in Neltharion. There's the aspect of the dream and nature in Ysera, and there's the aspect of time in Nosdormu. Fast forward an unknown number of years, there's probably a date for it somewhere, but I don't know it personally. And some shit happens, and an old god gets into Neltharion's head because the old gods are imprisoned in the planet and are thus able to corrupt Neltharion inside the planet and drive him mad. To give you an idea of how big Galakrond is, this is his skeleton. This is just his head and neck. And a claw. This is how big the thing they fought was. Yeah, that is a big ass bitch. That is a very big bitch. There's people are thinking that we possibly are gonna have to fight a reanimated Galakrond at some point.
Which would be fucking awesome.
All things considered, with this expansion, it would not shock me. But Neltharion was corrupted and eventually turns on the rest of the dragons, and considering Neltharion was kind of the strongest of them, as he was the one who was charged with protecting the planet itself, he kind of fucks up every other flight really hard. The blue flight gets almost completely wiped out in the initial attack, and they eventually repel him, but they don't kill him. he goes into hiding, and they end up kind of separating and becoming isolated factions of dragons instead of being like the family they once were. Alex Straza, Neltharion, one of Neltharion's quote-unquote sons, knows Dormu. Anyway, and so the dragons kind of become estranged from each other, and their clutches have now grown fairly large at this point, except for the blue dragons, who were mostly wiped out. And so, like, they kind of become different, not opposing factions, but, like, they don't talk anymore for a very long time. And eventually, we end up having an expansion where we kill Neltharion, now Deathwing. I can actually show, here's Deathwing. Deathwing. Neltharion takes on the name Deathwing and becomes a problem back in the Cataclysm expansion.
Agony. My hatred burns through the cavernous deeps.
I just realized that thing's like 15 years old. But yeah, so Deathwing comes out, we end up killing him, and the dragons kind of start talking again because they have to like work together to take down Deathwing. Oh, I forgot what happened to Malagos. I'm sorry. So the blue aspect, Malagos, back in Wrath before Cataclysm, went insane and decided that no mortals should have magic at all and tried to kill everyone on the planet. So we killed him then. This is Kalagos. This is his successor. That's a whole thing. The Goses, specifically Malagos and his wife Sindragosa, had a really rough time of it. Sindragosa was killed in the initial attack with of Deathwing way back, like 10,000 years ago, and so the place that we were just at that had Galakron is called Dragonblight. Dragonblight is in Northrend. Okay. 1 second, I have to back up a little bit. So This used to be Pangea. The entire world used to be one continent. The Maelstrom is a problem, but basically the planet was broken at one point and everything drifted apart. But Northrend is where Dragonblight is. Dragonblight is basically where the dragons would go to die. It is their graves. Like you have the this is the emerald grave, this is the ruby grave, the bronze grave, the black grave, and where the fuck's, oh, this is the blue grave. So they would come up here to die when they knew where they were going to die. And when Sindragosa was killed, she was basically blasted away and landed in Ice Crown, I believe it was. Wait, was it Ice Crown or was it Storm Peaks? She landed somewhere further away, and she was unable to get to Dragonblight to die in her rightful place, and basically went mad from the pain and everything as she was dying. And nobody knew where she was at the time, so nobody could come to help her. And eventually she was raised as an undead dragon, like 20 or like just over 10,000 years later. It was a thing. We end up killing her again during the ICC raid. But her husband, Malagos, kind of went crazy after that, and then after a while decided to kill everybody on the planet because they used magic, because he's the aspect of magic. So that was a thing. My favorite dragonflight is the bronze flight. So the difference between dragons and drakes and proto-drakes and stuff is dragons are sapient creatures and drakes and proto-drakes are not. They are animals, basically. They can grow sapience and sentience, but they are not inherently like dragons are. That is why what I'm riding is a drake, not a dragon. Dragons have to willingly allow you to ride them, and most of them do not. But my favorite aspect in Dragonflight is the bronze dragons, because they're the time ones, and they do a lot of fun, fucky shit with that. Like, there is a boss in a dungeon from Cataclysm named Murazond. And if you spell out Murazond and Nosdormu, I think you know where this is going. So, for basically the entirety of World of Warcraft's existence, there has been another Dragonflight besides the 5 main ones called the Infinite Flight. They are black and white. They look like they are inverted. Like if you took a photo of somebody and you held up the negative. As a matter of fact, can I pull up an infinite? Let's pull up Murazond. Murazond, the Infinite Dragon. So this is Murazond. That's from the TCG. Let's see, do they have any in-game screenshots of him? No. Anyway, but they are the Infinite Dragonflight. And one of the things that the bronze dragons do is they know how they die. From basically the moment they are born and their powers come to them, they know how they die because they see time completely differently. So they all know what the fuck's gonna happen to them. From the day he gained his powers, Nosdormu has known that he will eventually become Murazond somehow. Doesn't know how, but he knows that it's coming soon. And something is going to corrupt him and turn him and his flight into the infinite flight. And since the infinite flight has time powers, that has not happened to us yet, but we have already killed him. So Murazan shows up in a dungeon as a boss years and years and years and years ago, but Murazan in our timeline has not been created yet. The Infinite Dragonflight has, throughout the entire existence of WoW, attacked at random points in each expansion. Like, they will just show up randomly in dungeons as enemies, in quests, in quest chains and stuff. They will just show up because they basically launched simultaneous attacks throughout time all at once. And we have not gotten to all of those attacks. We haven't even gotten to when the Infinite Flight exists in our timeline yet, but we've already met them. And I find it really, really fascinating with this character that knows he's going to become corrupted, and it's just like, I can't do anything about it. Because we've already seen it happen. Like, we've already seen his corrupted form. We've killed his corrupted form. And he was just like, yeah, no, that's me. You just killed me. I don't know how we get to this point, but I know that this is where I die. This is the point that I've seen myself die at forever.
Also, welcome in, Holly. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Holly, how you doing? And so he's just like, I'm going to do my best, but yeah, I can't really do anything about this. It's inevitable that I am going to become the leader of the Infinite Flight, and I am going to try to destroy all of time, essentially. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's why I love the Bronze Flight so much. They are so much fun. They have over here, if I fly away, you can see it. This is basically like their base of operations here.
Mountains are mighty here.
Shut up, Toddy. I love you, but shut up. Yeah, no, it's a really fun narrative with them, especially because we get a lot of time travel shit and alternate universe and alternate timeline shit. It's really fun. There's actually a really great alternate timeline quest chain in Dragonflight that was really, really cool. I really need to get back to that playthrough. So there's a lot of speculation right now on what the final raid of the expansion is going to be. This sure does look like a raid door. This sure does look like a door that's going to open up for a raid at some point.
That sure is an hourglass in the center of that door that is slowly filling.
So we know what the next raid is, and it's not this. The next raid is in the caves underneath this island. But this sure does look like a raid door. And we sure do have to deal with 3 more extremely powerful proto-drakes, one of which has power over Earth. And what is sand? I have a feeling. So there's a group of proto-drakes that were part of the original 5. There were 4 more. There were actually 9. But 4 of them saw the Titans uplifting the proto-drakes as meddling with nature, and they actively rebelled against it. There was a war, and the 4 of them were imprisoned. One of them escaped and eventually gets the others out via the raid, the first raid. And she was the youngest and weakest of the four. That is Razageth, and then there's the three others. The one of ice, the one of fire, and the one of earth. I don't remember their names right now, because I have not honestly dealt with them much in game. But they they have set up the fire one as the next big boss. So if we're looking at 2 more raids after this upcoming one, which is very possible, we're looking at an ice-based raid and an earth-based raid. There's already a place for the earth-based raid, and I'm sure that there will be a place for an ice-based raid. Actually, there is, now that I think about it. Actually, there is exactly a place for an ice-based raid already on this map. Yeah. But yeah, dragons are cool in WoW. I like WoW dragons a lot. They're interesting because they're not like boring, like I horde thing and then I burn town like a lot of the dragons in D&D are. I like a dragon that like the dragons have gone through a lot of shit. Like there's an entire old like Warcraft 2 like almost 30-year-old fucking storyline that they brought back up for Alexstrasza, the queen, the dragon queen here. She was captured forever ago during the Second War and was forced to like produce eggs, and those eggs were used to like hatch, and then the whelps were broken so that they could be ridden by one of the armies. And like yeah, it's like really fucked up shit. Like the poor dragons, and she's still just like, yo, I'm chill, like yeah, shit's fucked up, but I'm the life binder, I'm the one who keeps life going. Fuck. Like all of the dragons have like a story to them. Dragons in D&D are extremely boring. Oh yeah, it's Tiamat again. Okay, yep, it's Tiamat. Oh, this red dragon has a horde that you made it angry, so now you got like But yeah, like the lore of dragons is really fun. In Waking Shores, there's a building over here. So this is basically where dragons used to be hatched. The eggs were all brought here, and each flight had their own egg tenders, and they would be hatched here. So you have bronze eggs here being worked on and tended to, and you've got, which ones are these? These are blue eggs. There's only a couple of them because there's only a few blue dragons left. Here's the black eggs, which are only recently a thing because The black dragons were almost entirely wiped out after the war with them and subsequent killing of Deathwing and stuff. Most of the black dragons were corrupted, only a few are not. Here's the green flight. And the red dragons. And here's Alexstrasza's, bruh. Anyway, this is out. Anyway, this is Alexstrasza's visage form. Dragons have visage forms so they can interact with mortals in a more fucking even way, so that it's not talking to a giant dragon all the time. And this is her Majordomo's form, which I like because she's a fox too, and I'm a fox, and she's cool. But yeah, because they can just choose whatever the form they feel like, so they just change their forms to different races depending on their mood, basically. There's like, I'll be a dwarf today. There's actually an old man dragon who's a dwarf. There's an old man dragon who's a dwarf who has a really sad story here, and I put the story into one of the videos for this series that I need to get back to. But he's got a sad story, and I love him. Oh, I have my UI off, that's why. I could say a lot more. I'm realizing I'm way too tired to actually pull information out without guiding questions. So if you want to ask things about dragons and WoW, I can happily answer them. But I can't think enough to say things on my own. Yes, that is what sparked all of this, was Gorgon Zormu.
Our dear friend.
My favorite of
Magically
all
aging
of the
cheese.
dragons. Like, by far, my favorite dragon.
Zinfandormu, the wine dragon, is also
Time is
very
money,
good.
friend.
You want a 5-year aged cheddar? All right, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, right? Oh, that would be amazing.
Kush, can you get out of my face?
He's a good Kush, but he's a little stinky.
He's dumb as shit. He does not stand where he is supposed to.
I love the Draconid frogs.
I do love that they added dragon frogs. They make me very happy.
They're so good.
Y'all named him Kush. Y'all named him Kush on 420 when I caught him.
He was baptized on Weed Christmas.
I was high as shit and y'all named him Kush because I couldn't think of a name. I mean, hey, if you've got time powers and you just really want to be a cheesemonger,
Power to ya.
Like, yeah, fucking, yeah, hun, get your tits out. Just, like, do it. Fucking become that bitch and age your cheese. I have 42-year aged cheddar that I just made this morning. Y'all want some?
Fucking incredible to think about.
Oh, okay, so you did look up a little bit on the dream. Okay, so the dream is basically the blueprint of the world post-ordering by the Titans. There's a lot to that we are currently learning. There's some shit. So the dream is still basically untouched by mortals outside of a very select few. The only mortals who get to regularly interact with the dream are druids, who are, just like the green dragons, bound to uphold and protect the dream. But the dream itself has been corrupted by the nightmare, which is an old god creation. I believe N'Zoth did that? Which old god did that? I don't remember now. One of the old gods corrupted the dream with the nightmare. And we go in, there's actually a raid in the dream. Oh, I'll fucking go do the raid. Fuck it, why not? There's a raid in the nightmare where you're purging the nightmare from the dream. And it's after Ysera's death. So I'll go run that raid really quick. It won't take long. I'll do it on normal. It'll take like 2 seconds. It'll take me longer to get there than it'll take to do the fucking raid, I think. Oh, god damn it. I can't use my normal fucking mount here. I have to use an old flying mount. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just gonna have them take me there, because I don't feel like doing this manually. It's the same speed, whatever.
What brings you here?
Bring me to the dream. But, in terms of what the dream is as unaltered by intelligent life, it just means that the dream is basically what the Titans were like, this is what the world will look like. Now go do that in the real world. And it obviously didn't work out. A lot of things happened. But we've also learned a lot of stuff about the Titans and higher beings lately. And it is very, very... Ooh, does that count? Ants, beavers, pollinators? Like, obviously, it's mainly talking about... It is talking about... sapient creatures in general. It's mainly sapient creatures in general. There are like fey dragons, which are a type of dragon. There's wolves and stuff like that, but it is sapient mortal creatures that are not in the dream, because mortals didn't really exist on the planet for a long time. So remember how I said that the Titans made like constructs out of earth and metal and stuff like that? That's us. So basically, one of the old gods corrupted the machines essentially that create those things. And was that Yogg Saron who did that? I don't remember which old god did it. And those machines started producing flawed versions. Flaws that you don't notice at first, but that creep up slowly over time. And it is the curse of flesh, where instead of being made of earth and rock and stone and metal and stuff, they slowly become flesh. And that's where we got dwarves and gnomes and essentially a conceptual project fueled into a semi-concrete plane of existence by titanic essence power. Yes, basically yes. Normal 10 player, just to do it real quick. Yeah, so the mortal races, okay, 1 second. I need to log out really quick because I have to go over each race really quickly because some of them aren't from here. Orcs are aliens. So are the Draenei. Draenei are also aliens. Great new character. So humans and Kultirans, who are just another subrace of humans, from Kulturos, are from the Vrykul. The Vrykul were originally the metallic race in Northrend, that when cursed with flesh became basically gigantic Vikings, is basically their culture. They are massive, like 12-foot tall Vikings. And then slowly even the Vrykul started having babies that were like tiny, like very small, like much smaller than they should have been. And like at first they were like, oh well, these are just fucking reject them, kill them, whatever, until a couple of people were like, yo, maybe we shouldn't do this, and they like kind of secreted away the newborn infants to another area, and those eventually became humans. Those grew up and turned into your average size human, who are now a distinct race. But they come from the Vrykul, who come from that metallic race. Dwarves come from the Earthen. And the Earthen were basically just dwarves made of rock and clay and dirt. Which is one of the reasons why dwarves have such an affinity to being underground and stuff, and digging and building their homes inside mountains, because they come from this other race that is literally made of the earth. They didn't know that for a very long time. Obviously, like, we don't know exactly our ancestors as humans, but they didn't know that until I think Wrath is when that's revealed. But they end up finding that out. Gnomes come from a race of robotic beings that were cursed with flesh that become gnomes. And the Worgen are just humans. They're just humans who were cursed. Also, if he's inside, I feel a weird pulse of races now because for Rising Gold, such a keen in my D&D setting, but that word makes no sense to anyone else. Understandable. Completely understandable. So these races all come from the generated races of Earthen and I can't remember what the metallic ones are called, but yeah, they're all from that. Now the funny thing is, night elves are actually trolls. So the only humanoid race, as far as I remember, the only humanoid race that is originally from Azeroth are trolls. And night elves, who are what all other elves come from, are just a group of trolls who started drinking from the oh my god, not the well of eternity. There is a basically, oh god, I have to explain the well of eternity. Okay, so going back to the old gods, right? There was one old god that was the strongest of them all, named Yasharaj. When the Titans showed up, the biggest Titan of all of them, Amun-Thul, who is the leader of the Titans, was like, yo, fuck it, I'll just kill them all, I'm bigger than them, and reached down and plucked Yasharaj out of the planet and killed him. The problem with that is they didn't realize how deep the roots of the old gods were in the planet. Because you have to understand that, like, the old gods are not these tiny little things. The old gods are continent spanning beings, basically. Like, their bodies are like roots going through entire zones of the planet. And when they killed Yasharaj, it ripped open a hole going to the core of the planet. Now, our planet is an egg for a Titan, essentially. And we don't know what's going to happen when that Titan is born. We don't know if the planet itself is going to just be destroyed. We actually have no idea what's going to happen there. But when they ripped the Yasharaj out of the planet, it opened this hole going all the way to the core. And this planet, our Azeroth, our planet, is possibly the strongest of all of the Titans, and is constantly spilling out like immense power from it. That power gets mixed with the water, like the blood of Azeroth basically gets mixed with the water, and when that happens, you've got some trolls that drink that water and become night elves. Over time, they just slowly become night elves, they get magical powers and shit, and they become a different race. And from night elves spawned blood elves, void elves, which void elves are just blood elves who've taken on the void. Blood elves are just high elves. That used to be called high elves until some shit that happened in Warcraft 3. And stuff like that, though. You get these guys from this. And then there's the Tauren, which I don't actually know the origins of the Tauren now that I'm thinking about it. But then orcs are aliens. They just come from another planet. They come from the planet Draenor. And were brought here via a portal that was opened up by an evil mage. Well, the mage wasn't evil, he was possessed by evil. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But just evil mage open portal brought orcs through, and that all happened. Goblins are native to Azeroth. That's at least a thing. Goblins are native. Goblins and trolls seem to be the only true native races to Azeroth. And then Tauren, I guess. I'm not sure about the Tauren, though. I don't know what their origins are. I don't know what they come from. It could be that they are also native to Azeroth as well. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. And then there's the pandas. And then there's the Volpera, who I play a Volpera now. And then the undead, which are just undead humans. They're just humans who've been raised from the dead. That's all they are. And then there's the Draenei, were also aliens who fled from their home planet on a spaceship and then crash landed on the Orc planet. And then the reason they fled their planet shows up to the Orcish planet, corrupts the Orcs nearly wipe the Draenei out again. The Draenei get back in their ship and leave, and then crash on our planet. So that was a whole thing, too. So yeah, like, roughly 2/3 of the races in this game are formerly trolls or formerly non-natural beings. But yeah, that goes back to everything with the dream, where that was the dream was a blueprint of the planet before all of like the curse of flesh happened and everything. And even before trolls like became things. So yeah, that's the dream. This is the nightmare. This is the corrupted dream.
Alas, poor Nythendra. She served faithfully as guardian of the dream, only to be perverted into a gatekeeper of corruption.
I will hydrate so I do not dehydrate. But yeah, that's the very loose basics of the world with no real detail. If you have any more questions about dragons or the races of WoW, I will do my best to answer them. Satyrs are corrupted night elves.
I have faced the nightmare before, but never has it had so thorough a stranglehold on the dream. It hungers, desperate to see
sorry. This is basically us purging the Emerald Dream of the nightmare. So we are taking on my boy Ursoc. I love you, Ursoc, my patron god in WoW.
But the way has been sealed.
Yeah, this dude is like, yo, we gotta purge it and help out people and stuff like that. So yeah, we are purging the dream, or purging the nightmare from the dream. But I want to get to the end of this because I want to show you a specific thing at the end, because there is a tease for something later. We don't know what yet. It's been a couple expansions. We haven't gotten anything else from this, but they're pretty okay about following things up. Yeah, and then there's also the walrus folk and the furbolgs, which I love the furbolgs. We're starting to get furbolg lore lately. We're actually working on communicating with the furbolgs in the Dragon Isles, and it makes me happy that there's an entire quest chain purely about learning the language of the furbolgs there. They make me happy. Furbolgs are the bear people, and obviously I love the bear people. And then there's the Tuskar, who are the walrus people. Yeah, there's a lot of non-playable races in WoW.
Consumes me, compels me to serve.
I love your sock. What the fuck?
If you need further proof of how insidious the nightmare is, look there.
Why would you give me this now?
The fierce heart of Ursa has succumbed. Release him, I beg you.
You give me a legendary now.
Truly, there was never a soul more noble than Ursa.
7 years later, you give me that legendary.
Its way back to
You fucking assholes.
Holy shit.
7 years after it's relevant, you give me fucking Roar of the Seven Lions.
Holy shit.
Eat a dick.
Oh, the agony. What the fuck? Oh, well. At least we have Kush. Quick try for horse.
I will actually go do a horse run after this.
Yeah.
Because I do want to show off Syndragosa's undead form, so I will do haunts.
Yeah, Undead Syndragosa, real cool.
Although I have no easy way back there for 4 hours, so it's going to be a fucking slog to get back.
Oof.
I used my teleport already.
Ah, I see.
As... Why is it catching Bish?
Bish?
Yeah, basically that's what happened. I just
Yeah.
one-shot him and he gave me a fucking legendary for it.
Yeah, no, that is super what happened.
That is my patron god though. That is Ursoc. He's the big bear god. He has a brother named Ursol, and Ursol is cool as hell too. I love them both. They are the twin bear gods, and they are cool.
The fact that there are twin bear gods is just so fucking rad.
Liars! Murderers! Has Hermuz sent his lapdogs to fetch his knife from my back? Do you remember murdering me? Or have you grown so used to slaughter that my cries of agony are long forgotten?
Honey, we killed you because you were corrupted.
Surrounded by those I had trusted. Your satisfied
You asked us to kill you. You asked us to kill you.
Like... And we're supposed to live with that.
That's just what the nightmare does. It corrupts things, though.
Yeah, fuck the nightmare.
Yeah, ask whatever questions you want. I will do my absolute best to explain them. What? Why can't I attack you? Maybe I have to kill Shadowfeather first?
Maybe?
I don't remember how to do... It's been a very long time since this was a relevant raid. Like I said, it's been 7 fucking years. This raid came out in 2016.
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't kill Night Mother. That's what it is. And I went to sleep at 5 in the morning and got back up at 10:30. So yes, I'm also very out of it.
I keep looking over to the side of my desk, and one of my works in progress right now is a Blanca-chan doll. But the thing is, he has no hair yet, so he's just a little green nubbin with teeth and really weird eyes. And I keep looking over and thinking, oh, God, you look stupid.
I mean, Blanca-chan looks stupid.
I love Blanca-chan.
I do too, but Blanca-chan looks stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Believing Hamul Rune Totem played a part in her death. It seems her spirit was so twisted that she sought to take vengeance upon all of Thunderbird.
This time I've
You
got...
had a deep love for the lands of Alterac, old friend. I vow to tend the veil in your name.
The Netherwing, okay. So the Netherwings, there's not a ton of lore behind them, but basically they are the dragons of Draenor. And Draenor is now blown up and called Outland again because of stupid wizard bullshit.
A wizard did it.
So I can actually pop between them. Because it is cool to see the difference between what Draenor looks like and what Outland looks like. It's a fun thing to look at. Oh, Ungrow Crater back here. Let's go do that. But Netherwings are, from what I remember, they're basically just the dragons of Draenor. And they're just cool, weird looking. Do I have any Netherwings? I don't know if I ever finished the Netherwing stuff way back in the day. Because I was not... let's look. Netherwing. So this is a Netherwing. They're cool dragons. These models are, you know, fucking... They're almost 20 years old. 17 years old at this point, so they're not the best looking models in the game. Also, my caps lock is on and I didn't know. But yeah, they come in some colors. For that. There's a very, very, very long rep grind to get them. You have to build reputation up with them. They are shark dragons. You cannot just get them. You have to build up reputation with them, and they will allow you to fly them, basically. But yeah, there's, as far as I know, there's not a ton of lore surrounding them.
If this seed takes hold, the roots of its infestation will wind their way into the heart of Azeroth. The nightmare would devour our world, claiming everything. Everyone! This must not come to pass!
Your coming was foretold in the rings. The long circle is nearly complete. Come, little ones. At last, the feeding hour.
If I remember how to do this raid correctly. I mean, we could just beat on it for a while, but that's gonna take a bit. Yeah, you have to explode the blood next to the eye, and then it will do damage. Yeah, I don't even need to do that. Okay, so, oh, what's his name? There is a dragon who doesn't know he's a dragon. What? He uses a magic wand Gatling gun.
He fucking what now? Please tell me about this fucker. I need to know.
I need to find, is he in the Adventurers Guild? What is he in? Fuck. Wow, guy who uses Gatling gun. Okay, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Where is he?
Warcraft Gatling gun boy.
Fuck, what's his name? World of Warcraft magic Gatling gun. I'm just gonna let myself attack while I'm waiting, while I'm looking this up. Yes, okay, that's his name. There he is. Okay. What is his name? What is his fucking name? Okay, shush. I don't want to listen to your video. I just want to see this dude's... What is his name? Search Google for image. What is his fucking name? There we go. Reno! Yes! Okay, Reno the Relicologist. I found his name. Okay. So, from what I know, he's a relatively new character to World of Warcraft itself. He was a character in the Hearthstone card game. And then they've moved him into WoW proper now, I guess. But he is a dragon who was raised by humans, and he took on a human visage and does not know he's a dragon. Okay, I can now search for Reno the Relicologist. Reno Relicologist, World of Warcraft. The only thing comes up is Hearthstone stuff because he's not in WoW proper yet, but his group is, so he's going to be added. But okay, let me see. Lore. Okay. Reno Jackson. There we go. Reno Jackson. That's his last name.
His name is Reno Jackson.
Yes, Reno Jackson. He is in the game.
That is a hell of a name.
He's a member of the Explorers League. Okay. He traveled to Dragon Isles, can be found participating in the night fight in the Dragon's Horde. What? Night fight? Or fight night? Wait, did they open up the Brawlers Guild again while I was gone? But yeah, he's a blue dragon named Renegos who does not know he is a dragon. This is his human form. Oh, that's a really tiny image. This is his human form. And this is his dragon form. You can see his little dragon hat.
Oh my
Or his
God.
little hat on his dragon. On one of his horns.
It's been skewered.
This is him with his magical Gatling gun. But yeah, he did not know he was a dragon, and as far as I know, still does not know he's a dragon. He became a dragon at one point, and then I believe got bonked on the head and lost the memories of him being a dragon again. He's just a dude, and he likes to go on adventures, and he does not know he's an actual blue dragon. So yeah, there's some weirdo dragons. And then of course you have, like, you know, fucking you have Gorgonzormu, who is a magical cheesemonger. Chromie.
Hell yeah.
Chromie. Sam, you can talk about Chromie.
Oh yeah,
You
Chromie.
love Chromie.
I love Chromie. I have such a crush on Chromie. Chromie is
Here, you talk about Chromie. I'll use the restroom.
yeah, sure. So her name is Chronormu. She is one of the Bronze Dragon Flight.
She's a gnome.
Her visage form is a little blonde gnome, and she is so freaking cute. She is just the fucking cutest. She has incredibly strong time powers, and she is the NPC that you talk to go time walking. So if you wanted to go do quests in an expansion, for, you know, in the expansion as it was, rather than, you know, affected by future timeline stuff, then you talk to Chromie, and Chromie takes you time walking, and you can go level in previous expansions. And I really like Chromie, especially because she stays in her Visage form most of the time, because she just likes being little. And, like, she's super powerful, but she's also, like, really not presumptive at all. She's just kind of hanging out. She's just kind of cool and hanging out. But also, like, when the plot calls for her, like, she can be very, very serious. You know, because she's an ancient dragon with time powers. But also, she boop you around the world a little bit. She boop you around time and space. It's great. So, yeah, Chromie is definitely my... Chromie has a special place in my heart. Absolutely rent-free. Apart from her, though, my favorite of the dragons that I've met so far, because I know that there's a lot that I have not met, is definitely Ysera. Oh god. I'm glad that I got to see Ysera as much as I did, and that I will probably continue to in the future. She's just so cool. She's green. She make it a plant grow. She's just so cool. And I'm hugely gay. Good lord, am I gay? I love dragons. I love dragons that are women also. Yeah, women. I am also tired. No thoughts, head empty, only gay. But if we're talking like the hottest dragons, like Ysera is definitely up there. Alexstrasza, obviously. Like, come on. Come on. They're all really hot though. When tired, prescribed dragons. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The Black Dragon flight has my man Sibelian, who's real cool also. Rathian's a bitch. He's part of the Black Dragon flight, and he's super young and headstrong and full of himself. And Sibelian is like, I don't know if I should. Yeah, whatever. Sibelian is like a cool, like, older brother, like, absent uncle type character to Rathian, and you can tell that there's, like, a little bit of, like, tension between them, but we don't know how it's gonna be resolved, if it's ever going to be resolved, if they're gonna be, like, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with their relationship.
Okay, so what was talked about? Sorry.
Chromie's cool, Ysera is hot, Alexstrasza is hot, and Rathian's a bitch.
Rathian is a bitch. So, fun thing about Ysera. So, Ysera was the aspect of the dream. She died in Legion, which is this expansion. She actually died before this raid was released. She dies in the main story. When she's back alive again, I'm just gonna say that via shit that happens in the Dragonflight story. She is brought back from the literal afterlife. It isn't like, oh, we cast revive. No, like
May you find peace
a lot happens with Ysera. But she is alive again in a very interesting way and is changed from her time in the afterlife. She is now not connected to the dream in a way that she was before. She's still connected to it, but not in the same way, because the dream is all about nature and life and greenery and stuff like that. She is now slightly aspected to death because of her time in the afterlife.
Hail to the night. Behold, the iris opens. The way to Cenarius is clear. Moonglade is the most sacred place in all the dream. To think that my Shandow could play any part in its corruption. I must see with my own eyes what horrors have befallen my beloved teacher. Steel your hearts against the darkness, heroes.
I'm trying to collect my thoughts on everything that happens to explain what happens with Ysera and why she changed.
Casting a shadow upon the purity of the dream.
Can it be? My old master is
We'll get to that in a second. Let me finish up this raid really quick so I can show you the thing at the end of this.
Xavius has twisted your perceptions. I beg of you, let me cleanse you of this evil.
The impurity you fight, Father.
Well,
I have
not
failed you.
exactly trauma.
We are here to save you. It is done. Cenarius.
I mean, yes, her death was traumatic,
Teacher lives.
but
Now I must focus on.
okay, I have to explain a lot of stuff, and I need to get out of this raid first.
Xavius waits ahead in the rift
So I need to wipe out these things really quick. Oh, get back here.
I could fight at your side, heroes, but to this place I cannot go. My bond with the Emerald Dream gives me great power, but it also makes me vulnerable to the rift's darkness. I have peered inside it and know this to be true. Should I step within, I would be lost, just as Cenarius was. Go, destroy the Nightmare Lord. Only this way can the dream be restored, and Azeroth be saved. We must put an end to the nightmare. Say the word, and I will take us into the heart of that twisted place.
That's all good. I'm glad you went to sleep at 11 a.m. Nep. How long have you been awake?
Nepty no slepty. The missile is tired. He is EB.
Okay. So you got roughly 6 hours of sleep. Okay. Hi, Xavius. You're a bitch.
Embrace the dream. Nightmares are never forgotten. No, I will not permit it.
So we've purged the nightmare from the dream. And this is what the dream is supposed to look like. This is the dream.
Heroes, champions, step forth and hear me. The nightmare has long been a cancer eager to consume the Emerald Dream. Had Xavier succeeded, his corruption would have overwhelmed Azeroth, giving rise to a living nightmare. Your triumph restores the dream and safeguards your world. The allies of Xavier's will never relent. But this road, at least, is closed to them. To honor your courage, I offer passage into the pure heart of the dream. As you feel the essence of life blooming beneath your feet, know that it endures thanks to what you achieved this day.
This is Cenarius. He's a demigod. He's a product of because a deer fucked the moon. That is not a joke. So over here, you can see a little figure right here. So this takes place after Ysera is killed. Can you fish in the dream? There aren't any fish here. Damn it. So this figure is Ysera. She guides you. Like, I missed it a little bit, but she starts here and walks across the water. Like, and most people at first, like, obviously people notice it like their first run, but not everybody did. Because they're too busy talking to Cenarius and looking at everybody else. But if you notice her, she will path from here into this cave. And will bring you, and she will show you this. Which this is a remnant of the nightmare. One last nightmare flower. Remnant of the void. Can't do anything to it, can't destroy it. But there is a final little remnant of the nightmare left. Which means that there's going to be some type of Emerald Dream thing eventually. Yeah, you can see her pathing back, and she'll stand in front of it. She basically leads you to where it is. Just showing you, like, hey, this isn't done. It's okay. She's a dragon. She just takes on the form of an elf. Here are the wild gods that we had to kill during the story, besides fucking Ysera, because Ysera we have to kill, and then we have to kill Than Moonclaw at one point, and you saw her earlier as the Spider Woman who was screaming about us killing her, and then here is Ilithir, who we also had to kill during the story, and here's Ursak, who we had to kill in the raid as well. And so their spirits go to the dream when they die. And you'll notice Ysera is here, but she's not selectable or talkable like everyone else, because that's not actually Ysera. That is a fragment of her, basically. Because you can talk to everybody else, and they'll say stuff.
What brings you here?
So let's go to the afterlife really quick.
I have many, many wares.
Sorry, I had to clean out my inventory because it was getting fairly full.
Fortune to our friends.
Yeah, let's go to the afterlife. So, when I said that a deer fucked the moon, I was not kidding. There is a moon goddess named Elune, and she has a sister named the Winter Queen. Basically, Elune is... Oh, I went to the wrong fucking portal. I autopiloted this one. Elune is basically the life side, the summer side, and the Winter Queen is the death side, the winter side. That's the Winter Queen right there. The Winter Queen is the ruler of the Night Fae, who are... This is the afterlife also. This is where all souls go to die. Those swirling white lights going down are souls. Each one is a soul from somebody who has recently died. There's a lot to the afterlife shit. There's just... I was not a fan of this expansion in any way, but it did have some cool lore, at least. Get a load of that cat. Get a load of that cat.
How may I serve?
Get a load of this cat. Look at that cat. Anyway.
Greetings, mortal. May the purpose
So the afterlife is split up into what is effectively infinite afterlives for every planet, for every like type of sapient being. There's basically an infinite number of afterlives. We only deal with a few of them on this. This is the afterlife for extremely nature-bound souls. Like Ursoc would come here when he died, or like Ursoc's soul would come here, and a bunch of other souls would come here. When Ysera died, because Ysera was very attached to the Night Elves, she also worshipped Elune like the Night Elves do. And Elune is the moon goddess, the summer goddess, and possibly either a Titan or is more powerful than the Titans. We don't know, actually. We don't really know a ton about Elune. There's been little bits and pieces of lore about her, but we aren't sure what the leaders of the afterlife are in terms of like their standing with the rest of the universe. But basically Elune comes here, or Elune basically makes a special exception for Ysera's soul and personally brings it to the afterlife for her sister to care for, essentially. And the Winter Queen did not know this, because there's a bunch of story shit. The soul sorting machine is broke. That whole thing is all fucked up. But Elune makes a specific movement to bring Ysera's soul here, and then we find it and kind of nurse her back to health. But in doing so, because Ysera was so powerful, the only one who can like keep her soul from withering and dying is the Winter Queen. So in exchange for being able to become, or being able to survive as a soul, she is bound to the Winter Queen. And that changes her fundamentally from the she is bound fundamentally to death now, to this particular version of the afterlife. To the point to where she was not allowed to leave this version of the afterlife, where most nature spirits will come here and be placed into seeds and germinate and eventually be reborn and sent back to the mortal plane. She cannot be. Unless someone who is as connected and nearly as powerful as her is substituted in her place, essentially. Which is what happens. The guy that we were just talking to that had the feathery arms in that raid, that's Malfurion Stormrage. He's now asleep in the afterlife for the foreseeable future. Which that's a whole fucked up situation because he was asleep for 10,000 years and his poor wife had to fucking lead the night elves by herself. And then he woke up for like not even 30 years and now he's going to sleep again. Like, this bitch does nothing but sleep. So yeah, he's stuck in the afterlife asleep because basically the deal is he's just here now. Like, he's just stuck here. And Ysera could come back, but Ysera was desperately needed on our planet, so it was a good trade. But here's Ysera here. You can see her blue eyes are glowing blue. They did not used to do that before she was reborn. If I could, I would show you Ysera's new dragon form. Ysera Legion, Ysera Dragon Flight. Let me see if I can pull up Ysera and Ysera's two forms for Legion and Dragonflight, so I can show you what she looked like before and what she looks like now. Let me find a good image of this. Well, that's a good turnaround, but I don't quite want a turnaround. That does not have any of the particle effects on it, so that looks like ass. I guess I'll go with the turnaround. Thank you, Wowhead, for everything you do. So this is Ysera's dragon form in Legion. This was the last time we saw her, right before we killed her in Legion. And this is her new dragon form. Notice her tail has a pine cone at the end of it now, which pine cones are very, very important to this part of the Shadowlands, to the Night Fae. She has this blue energy on her wings and around her frill here and her eyes. It is a very different look for her. Also, her crest is different now. But yeah, so this blue is very much the blue of death in this world. Like, death is very blue. Don't know why, but yeah. So Ysera gets new form and is brought back in trade for Malfurion. So, I said earlier that I was going to show you what... Oh, God, allow bitch. Yes, that is literally why she has a pine cone on her tail now. Pine cones, like the symbolism for pine cones is not lost on this game. I will give them that. Blizzard has very hit and miss writing. I would say like every other expansion is good, except for there was a time where 2 expansions in a row were bad. But like they have very good lore. They just can't tell a story. They're Bungie again. They have great lore. They can't fucking tell a story to save their lives. Hey Meatball, how you been, bud? Meatball is a gnoll. I love the gnolls. Little hyena man. But yeah. I said I was going to show you what Draenor looked like before and after the destruction. So this is what Draenor's map looks like before everything is fucked. And the planet is exploded. We're in Frostfire Ridge. So this is what the map looks like there. And then if you look at Outland, we're currently up here. That's not... The Blade's Edge Mountains is very different. The only place that is like slightly untouched is Nagrand. But yeah, Sanan Jungle becomes Hellfire Peninsula. Shadowmoon Valley is still Shadowmoon Valley. Nagrand is still Nagrand. Talador and the Spires of Iraq become kind of like one place. Frostfire Ridge becomes Blade's Edge Mountains, and Gorgon becomes the Nether Storm. But yeah, the Terrakar Forest is where Talador and Spires of Iraq are. And the Zangar Sea becomes Zangar Marsh. Because in our timeline, this is basically 35 years ago in an alternate universe. I showed you actually the cutscene with the orcs and the big demon and stuff like that. In our timeline, the orcs took the demon blood, become corrupted, and wipe out most of the Draenei, and then come through the portal and start a war with the humans. That's what Warcraft 1 is about. Orcs and humans is the whole thing. And then in Warlords of Draenor, they were like, yo, what if Garrosh, our orc villain from Pandaria, gets a hold of a bronze dragon, and that bronze dragon takes him to an alternate timeline before Garrosh's dad and the other orcs drink the fucking demon blood and become corrupted. And what would happen if Garrosh stopped that corruption from happening and instead helped his father raise a giant army to come attack us instead, with like advanced weaponry and shit from 35 years in the future, or plans for advanced weaponry at least. And so you get this particular world, which is the undestroyed version of Draenor. In our timeline, when all that happened, something else happens too. And basically, our version of Draenor gets exploded and flung into the Twisting Nether, which is essentially kind of hell. Kind of hell. It's not actually hell. The Maw is hell. But the Twisting Nether is like a fucked up place where like physics and shit technically don't work right, and it's just like magical storms everywhere and everything. But the majority of the landmass just gets teleported there as the planet is exploded, and they're stuck there. And that's where we go in the first expansion, and then eventually, like a decade later, they added this expansion showing this whole thing off. But yeah, this is what this looks like. And then we can go to Outland somehow. I don't actually know how we're going to get to Outland. Right? Is there? Oh yeah, there is a portal here. I can go to Ashran and take a portal. Yeah, you are correct though. It needs to be themes and narratives, not just themes. Sometimes the narrative is really good. Like, I think Dragonflight's narrative is probably the best that they've had in a long while, like since Legion or so. The Alliance garrison still exists in... I don't think I've ever flown over the Alliance garrison before. I had no idea it still existed in this, in my Terror Fist. I don't care. As you can see, some demon shit did still happen. I don't know if you could tell, but like some demon shit does happen here. Pretty badly, actually. Hellfire Citadel is here. And then this is the Dark Portal. This would be, in our universe, the Path of Glory, which, when I show you what the Path of Glory is... Yeah. Oh yeah, got anything else you'd like to know while I make my way over to this portal? Bird. Oh yeah, I forgot we destroyed the portal. That's like in the opening hour of the expansion. Completely forgot that we did that. I was flying to this for no reason. Sword-wielding dragon in dragon form. I cannot think of one, but that does not mean there isn't. It just means I cannot think of one at the moment. There could very well be a dragon that has a whole ass sword in its mouth or something. That is very, very possible. As a matter of fact, I will just search. Dragon with sword. World of Warcraft. No, I don't want the dragon sword. See, the problem is there's too many swords in World of Warcraft, and they just come up if you search World of Warcraft and sword. I'm in a PvP area. I'm gonna leave. Good kush, good kush. Wrong way. Which one of you portals is gonna take me where I want to go? Nope. Okay. Downstairs to the other portal room. Oh, they keep having to add portal rooms. Yeah, that's Shatrath. So currently, on Draenor, pre-blown up Draenor, we are right here. Where we are right now is right here. On post-blown up Draenor. This is Outland. And things look a little different. So that big snowy area that we started in, I'll go to there, and you could see what the fuck happened to Frostfire. So this is the Zangar Sea, which is now the Zangar Marsh. Oh, also, wow, wait, have I not explored all of Zangar Marsh on this character? Huh. Guess not. Wait, I haven't explored all of Netherstorm either. Or Nagrand? What? No, this has got to be a lie. Whatever, I'll fill in the map later. But as you can see, maybe things are a little fucked up. Just a little bit fucked up here. Because this is the snow area that we're heading into, and this is not what it looked like originally. Well, in the alternate universe. Bro, you gotta fly me over this mountain. You can't freak out now. So this is kind of roughly where we were in the snowy place when I first started. Not snarted. I'm tired, okay. This is roughly where we were. I'd say that's roughly on the map. Like right there. Right here. This is what it looks like now. There's lots of dead dragons here, specifically black dragons. There's a whole thing to that because a bunch of non-corrupted, well, I wouldn't say non-corrupted, formerly corrupted black dragons came to Outland to, well, they were corrupted when they came here, and then they were slowly uncorrupted over time via some shit. And yeah, they didn't get along with the ogres, as you can probably tell. Yeah. Which ogres also aliens. Ogres are from Draenor as well. Sam is playing Honkai.
Your fucking character is so goddamn feral. I'm having these interactions like I'm playing, you know, I'm just playing an RPG, you know? I'm investigating all the things that have a little light on them. And the game is snarking at me for investigating things like a closet. I got a whole thing where it was like, yes, what is in front of you is definitely a closet. It's one of the most perfect closets you've ever seen. You can't resist the urge to get into it. And your character just like hides in this closet and you can't do anything except explode out of it. Your only choice is whether you basically assault room service in the process.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Just
Okay, so these must be like map pieces that just are fucked up on the map because it's not clearing it as I fly over it. So yeah, I've definitely explored these maps. I have the Explorer achievement. Of course I've explored these maps. I have the Explorer title. Wait, what's True Explorer? Oh, that's not. Yeah, Outland Explorer, right here. I've completed the map on every zone. And I did that in 2009.
wild.
I did that in 2009. Discovered axe. What do you mean I discovered something? I finished the map. Also, this used to be a jungle.
It's all fucked now.
Oh, here's nether dragons. So that's a nether dragon. And there's another drake. And here's some eggs. But yeah, things are a little bit fucked up here. That's simply what happens when you explode your planet. Don't fuck with demonic magic, kids. Oh, the Ethereals are one of my favorite races. I wish they were playable. Oh, god damn it. Passive. So you can see they're like basically just bandages. They used to be people. They used to just be like a race of humanoid people. Their planet was attacked by a Void Lord that, and Void Lords are giant, possibly as strong as the Titans. We don't actually know because we've never met an actual true Void Lord before. Massive void entities that created the old gods. That's how powerful they are. Like, they create the old god. The old gods are their playthings, basically. They just send them out to go cause chaos. A Void Lord attacked their planet. And in the ensuing fight, the highly magical ethereal people basically repelled the Void Lord with a collective effort, but that also destroyed their physical bodies. Like, the entire race, their physical bodies were just completely ripped apart, and they were turned into what is essentially pure energy. And now they are cool, like a cool trader race. Not traitor, like trade. They are a cool trading race that here they're bad, there's some bad, some good, you know, like with everybody. Yeah, they have a slight obsession with the void, considering everything that happened. I don't remember you guys. What quest were you from? Whatever. It's been almost 20 fucking years, who cares? But they're one of my favorite races, just design-wise. Just energy mummies? Like, look at them. Look at this energy mummy. Energy mummies are sick. Yeah, you can see the skybox is essentially a swirling storm of fucked upness, because we're basically floating in space in the Twisting Nether. Like, you can see it on the map, it literally just says Twisting Nether that direction. Like, all of this is the Twisting Nether. And they're this fucked up, like, collection of formerly a planet is floating out in it, which I've always found kind of cool. Why is Revive Pet there? What the fuck? I have Revive Pet right here. I can't get to Northrend to do the thing I want to do easily. Oh, there's humanoid dragons called the Draconid. They're cool. Basically Dragonborn. These are also Draconid. Some of the Draconid are basically centaurs. Some of them are bipedal. And they come in different shapes and sizes, obviously.
Dragon centaurs, my beloveds.
And then there's these dudes. This motherfucker here, he's one tough Draconid. He just lifts weights and the children love him. These are the children.
Bless you, Khazra.
The children love him.
He has his own fan club.
Oh. I haven't shown you one of the best, one of the other best dragons. Numernormi. This is the banker. And his assistant, Humduck Livingsworth III. His duck companion.
I love the ducks in this expansion.
I can't believe they added ducks. It was like a selling point. Ducks.
That's fucking hilarious.
18 years into the life of the game, we're adding ducks. Yeah, they're just horse people though. Here's Gorgon Zormu with his rapidly aged cheese platters.
Yes.
Oh, there's also over in the Ruby Enclave, there is a chef dragon that gives you a weekly cooking quest. I've done them all, so yeah. But the thing that is special is he's also got a baby duck on his head.
Just hanging out. Just a sweet little friend.
And the little duck has a little hat, a little chef's hat. Little chef's hat on the little tiny baby duck.
He's so cute.
Riding on the big dragon's head. I love that for some reason, dragons love ducks.
Don't know why, it's just good.
Also, this is me. This is Banshee, the hunger clown. This is just me.
Just hot troll with pink mohawk.
I was just talking about the fact that I'm a hunger clown.
I am also a hunger
I don't
clown.
know why this monocled Worgen is dancing, but
power to them, I guess.
no one else is dancing.
Huh.
No one else is dancing at this party except for this fucking... Oh, no, I guess there is also this,
This Volpera. Who is not you, who I definitely did not mistake for you.
But yes, I love Banshee the Hunger Clown. And yes, we know, Sam, you're white. It's okay. How did I had the wrong mount out.
Oof.
I hit B instead of V, and I didn't have my... I didn't have my fucking UI on, so I couldn't tell which one I had clicked.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Jade, I'm not familiar with the Minecraft YouTuber scene, but condolences.
There's my skeleton! I look like an infant with no skin!
Yeah, that's sobering.
Are the Tuskar cooking?
Soup time?
Seven minutes until soup. Alright, we heading to soup. We gonna do soup.
We are almost at soup.
I have never heard of this YouTuber before.
Nope, me neither. Well,
They have 1.7 millions. They put up a video 2 months ago.
Apparently so.
And 3 months ago, they put up a bunch of videos 3 months ago. They did a playthrough of Detroit Become Human a couple of years ago.
Ugh.
Detroit Become Racism.
My god, that game is... Woof.
It is a game of all time.
Oh boy, howdy. It certainly is a game that came out.
Sam, could I ask you for a massive favor?
What you need, lovely?
Could I have a ramen?
Yeah, sure. What flavor you want?
Whatever's open.
Okay, sure.
I realized that all I've had is that pasta today.
Yeah, we went over to see Susan, and she had this lovely pasta salad with these freaking wagon wheel pastas that were really, really tasty. Really fun to eat.
My guy, how long have you been playing this fucking game to get the name Fie? F-I-E. How do you have a 3-letter name?
What was the one that you got? Was it Kelly?
Kathy.
Kathy. I really want to see if Debbie of WoW exists and how long she has existed.
How long have you been playing?
That armor set looks damn good.
Okay, 2010 is the earliest so far.
so 13 years minimum.
2009. Okay, so
14.
Same time as I started this account. It looks like you started in 09. 08.
Oh my god.
08. Yeah, a bunch of 08.
Wow.
So it looks like you started in 08. I started in 2009 on this account.
Wow.
How did you get that name, though? Bruh.
A 3-letter name is fucking... I've never seen one in WoW. That's incredible.
That's wild. What the fuck? I'm like genuinely blown away. When it's like seeing in Warframe a founder, like seeing someone in Warframe who has Excalibur Prime or has the icon or something like that. Like, it is a rarity and it is a treat to see. Let's do the advanced course while we're killing time. I love Superman 64.
Wee.
I actually really do like the dragon races a lot.
They're fun. There's nothing inherently wrong with Superman 64 style gameplay, and I will fight anyone that says otherwise. It just has to be done in a way that is rewarding. And, you know, not the dominant source of all gameplay. It can't be the only mechanic you're working with. You gotta spice it up.
I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea.
I don't either, but hey, it is what it is, and now we talk about it.
Ooh, I was slow on that one. I love the children, the walrus children.
They're so precious. I love them.
He's the soup enthusiast.
I am also a soup enthusiast, little dude. We can be buddies.
I'm looking for one of the kids I can click on and get voice lines from. Yeah, no, 100%. The walrus children are utterly precious, and I love them. I just saw a bunch of them run that way. Oh, wait, there's some right there fishing. They have great voice lines. My mom said...
My mom says...
Sweet
Wait, do I
darlings.
not have... Wait, one second. I think I might have voices turned off. Oh, it might be under error speech.
Huh.
Huh, I wonder why the voice lines aren't happening. But they say really funny things, and they have the... My mom says, my tusks are gonna be as big as the world.
That's so precious, oh my god.
Or what is it? It's, my mom says my tusks are gonna be bigger than a mammoth's. Or something like that. It's just really cute.
Baby!
Or, wanna fly kites later?
Yes, I want to fly kites with you, baby!
They have like 20 voice lines or something.
Oh my god,
no
that's
network
precious.
homophobia.
Network homophobia?
Network homophobia.
No!
Oh no. A giant snail is attacking our food. Wait, why don't I have pets? Pets.
Giant snail,
get out
please.
here.
You must wait like everyone else.
Nope, the snail dies. And then we put the snail meat in the soup.
Oh. Escargot away.
Oh, we gotta tenderize the tough carp.
Tenderize. Smack it good.
Hunk of blubber. I need a hunk of blubber. I don't remember who sells the hunk of blubber. I think this dude over here? Yeah.
Set it on fire to be a hunka burning blob.
No.
Yes.
Goddamn moose. Anger drool. We'll add you to the pot too.
Anger drool. Wow.
Also, I would like to point out that Head Chef Stacks is a stove. He's a wood-burning stove with a mustache. I do see your message. That's fucked up, though. Soup. Oh, I gotta encourage people. Oh, there's a dude named Grits. I told Grits he was doing a good job. Where is Napa? Napa's in the inn. Gotcha. Meat from the enormous thresher. Okay, meat from the thresher added. I think we might have enough people to actually do this. Oh, I could get more? Shit, I didn't realize. A grungle. The northeast? Oh, those grungles, okay.
I require a target. I don't have a target. I want to say yes, but I'm trying to think of different examples to give and cannot pull any. I can tell you that bronze dragons are always very confused when they meet you because they're not sure if it's the first time they've met you or not. Because they can never remember when they meet you. Oh. That is a very large fucked up manta ray. What the fuck? I want to say yes, but brain is not work. So for now, I will say no. Just as a, like, I can't think of an example, so I'm not going to give it. Oh, enormous manticore again. We can go back to Valdrakken and take a look, actually. I do know that, like, the red dragons are very family-ish oriented. The blue dragons are becoming family-oriented. They've been pretty fragmented. That's actually the story for the blue dragons, is the blue dragons themselves, after their flight was nearly wiped out, and then after the stuff with Malagos and the fucking Nexus Wars and everything, they became very isolated from each other even. And like the story of the blue dragons in Dragonflight is literally like, hey, we've got to be a fucking family, because like if we keep this isolation shit up, we can't do anything alone. Artistic identities, I am not 100% sure, honestly. Wait, what? It didn't give me the fish? What? So much. Well, I think one of the things... Actually, yes. Yes. Okay, so there is. I'm remembering a quest now. Specifically, one of my favorite quests in Dragonflight. It has to do with that old dwarf dragon I showed you. Basically, before the original Dragon Wars with Deathwing and everything, dragons were very tight-knit. Like, they were a very close family. Flights intermingled, and the old dwarf dragon that I showed you earlier, his entire quest is the fact that he was there from the beginning of it. Like, he was there when things were good, and actually one of the things he tells you is that there was a black dragon that he was very good friends with, and she was like his best friend. They used to play pranks on Alexstrasza together and stuff. Like, they coated Alexstrasza's honey in tail or tail in honey once, shit like that. But one of the points that he makes is, and I believe the exact line is, I can remember how the light glistened off her scales, but I cannot remember her name. And he's the one who killed her because she became corrupted and killed his family, who was essentially her family. They do have like a somewhat traditional like nuclear family type thing. At least they used to. Need to go buy a thing from this guy. 1 second. Red dragons have similar concepts of romance to us. Yes, they court. They will do, like, dragons take on, like, the higher ranking dragons will take on consorts and stuff like that. But dragons do get married. Dragons, the fucking the current blue aspect, Calicos, used to be in a relationship with a human. Multiple dragons have been in relationships with humans and been in or professed love for them and stuff like that. Or other races, not just humans, but or other dragons. Like the old dwarf dragon talks about how he was in love with his best friend before she was corrupted, and he never told her, and stuff like that. They're very much similar to the mortal races in that way.
Viscous the Feast Beast.
We made soup so good it became a fucking sentient creature. But yeah, Alexstrasza has a husband, well, primary consort, but she has a husband. You can see him in Dragonblight. He's not in this, but that's kind of normal, just because it's not really focusing on that aspect of them right now. But yeah, like they do have relationships. They do fall in love. There's also a whole other spun-off race of dragons on Pandaria that are serpentine dragons, like classic Chinese dragons. That's a whole other thing too. Wow, a lot of people had not gotten Leftovers Revenge. Holy shit. Not a ton of lore that I know about them. But yeah, this motherfucker right here, this blue bitch, used to date the possibly most powerful or second most powerful mage in the world. It depends on what day it is, really, on whether she's the most powerful or not. It could go back and forth between her and Khadgar, and honestly, I'd probably give the edge to Jaina. Though Khadgar's really powerful, though. But yeah. No? Why, are you getting stutters?
Buffer hell.
Oh, cool. Well, apparently we're in buffer hell now, so maybe we'll just fucking... Yes, Jaina is the Laura Bailey Frost Witch.
Correct, yes.
Ooh. Boot upgrade. Fuck yeah.
No, it just means loading. I have to keep refreshing the page for the stream to actually do.
Yeah, buffer hell for me personally is just the stream just constantly goes, I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna work. And it literally traps you in, like, it'll play for a couple seconds and then buffer, play for a couple seconds and buffer. Usually happens to me with Viv's stream for some fucking reason, which makes it very hard to watch Viv's streams, because then I'm like behind by like a couple minutes every 10 minutes or so. It falls behind by like a minute or two, which makes it very hard to have conversations. So that's why I just don't talk at Viv's stream anymore.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Like, I'll be a minute, I'll reply to something that they said, and they'll be like, wait, what? And then it'll catch up, and like 2 minutes later on the video, my thing will pop up on screen, and they'll be asking what I meant, and I'm like, I give up. I don't know why. It's racist. Wait, is that the... Hailstorm Armordon?
Hello?
Interesting. What is that from?
Where do you get that from? Oh, Keystone Master. Fuck, that's never happening.
Oof.
That's for people who are good at the game. Please tell me there's a portal to... Yes, there is. Okay. Crystal Song Dalaran. Jeez, 7 minutes? God, that's hell.
That's 7 minutes behind. I can't even fathom.
Hi, Galakron. I'm sure we'll be fighting you eventually. Yeah. That's basically why I don't talk in Viv's chat anymore.
Yeah.
Because every single time I say something, they're just like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you
delay's
said
pretty
that
bad.
minutes ago. So I'm done. But yeah, it seems like red dragons specifically have like these... Not there are handmaidens too, but like these major domos for them, and they seem to be like the right hands of them. So Nalus, you haven't been used since Wrath, I don't think. Why aren't you in fucking Dragonflight? This is Chromie.
Hi, Chromie.
Move out of the way, Kush. That's Chromie.
I love
Okay,
her.
why are there no character voices?
I love when she scrunches up her widow face.
Why are there no character voices?
Strange.
No, it's the dialogue right here, just dialogue sound, but for some reason just crank it to 128 fucking audio channels, whatever. Sound default? Oh, that's just all voice chat shit. I don't want that. Yeah, there's like, she's supposed to say things. Maybe I need to reinstall WoW again. Maybe something broke on my Oh, I bet you anything that there's a bug in the pre-patch
Oh.
Because there were absolutely character voices a few days ago when I was playing.
Oh my god.
And it has since downloaded the pre-patch for Tuesday. So I bet you anything there's a bug in the pre-patch.
Oh my lord.
But yeah, this is Alexstrasza's husband, Crassus. He is also a dragon. Just that's his humanoid form. I can't believe they replaced all the Alexstrasza models because this is not her original model.
That's her
Dragonflight model.
updated one, yeah.
Yeah, she's had a few models over the years. That's her Dragonflight model.
She's gorgeous.
Interesting. That's Green Dragon Ambassador, black, bronze. There's no blue dragon. Oh no, there is Calicos. I was gonna say there's no blue dragon ambassador because this is during the Nexus Wars, but I guess there would have to be some type of blue dragon ambassador. But yeah, dragons. I'm gonna do one last thing, and I think I'm gonna wrap up. But I'm gonna go run ICC and see if my luck holds out and I get fucking invincible. Because I saw somebody on the subreddit who got invincible this week, and they were just like, it's been a very good week, and they had 2 extremely rare mounts that dropped in 1 week. I love Reno, though. Fucking dragon don't know what he's a dragon. Uses a magical Gatling gun. I love him. Sorry, I'm eating ramen while I fly here. Heroic. 25 man, let's go. Yeah, I've only had pasta salad today. It was good pasta salad. Like, Susan made a damn good pasta salad.
Like, normally I hate asparagus, but I didn't even, like, notice the taste I usually hate.
And I fucking love asparagus. But I can't eat it because Sam doesn't like it.
Goes there. This is thy awaken. The scourge will wash over this world as a swarm of death and destruction.
Oh, I know the last thing I want to do before we go.
You have
I want to play the Wrath of the Lich King opening cinematic because you can see him raise Sindragosa in that.
True vision in a world cursed with what? All part of the Master's plan.
They kind of brought Sindragosa back from the dead. Not actually, but a little bit in Dragonflight. Where, so basically the Dragon Isles, the place that Dragonflight is, the new continent for Dragonflight, is where the dragons like called home, basically. This is where the dragons are originally from. It's where they built all of their stuff, and they left it to go protect the planet over 10,000 years ago. And that was before the war with Deathwing and everything else. And so they left and had not returned at all. Like the island was hidden to everyone until recently. And
I need to target something first.
oh, shut up. Oh my god. I need to target something first.
Akamagash, brave warriors.
Oh my god, I forgot what I was saying.
Number here. Captain Sarthang will be pleased to see you aboard Orgrim's Hammer.
I am out of range.
Make haste.
Oh, I know what I was saying. They ended up we end up going to the Azure area, the Blue Dragon's like kind of ancestral home, and we find a magical simulacrum of Sindragosa, who has been there basically dormant for 10,000 years until we come and reactivate her, and she's just like, so what happened? Because I don't sense Malygos or myself anymore. What happened to us? And so you kind of explain things to her, and she's like, that really fucking sucks.
What is that?
Shit.
Something approaching in the distance.
My mana is low. Mana is needed. I need to target something first.
Get a sorcerer out here to shut down those cannons.
I require a target.
Dare board
So yeah, she's basically a snapshot of Sindragosa's mind from about 30 or 40 years, I'd say. That's a pure ballpark guess. Before Sindragosa died. So she had no idea anything that happened after Sindragosa left the Dragon Isles. Did not know about the second Dragon War. Didn't know about Natharian's betrayal. Didn't know about Malygos's like slip into fucking madness. Didn't know about her, like her own death, his death, nothing. And so you kind of fill her in on it, and it's interesting because she is in every way but physical Sindragosa. She's just a like magical hologram, basically.
We will crush this world in the name of the Scourge, for the glory of the Lich King.
My boy died at the Wrathgate. I am here only to collect his body.
Stubborn and old, what chance do you have? I am stronger and more powerful than you ever were.
We named him Dranosh. It means Heart of Draenor in Orcish. I would not let the warlocks take him. My boy would be safe, hidden away by the elders of Garadar. I made a promise to his mother before she died, that I would cross the dark portal alone. Whether I lived or died, my son would be safe, untainted. Today, I fulfill that promise.
Pathetic, old orc. Come then, heroes. Come and face the might of the
I can't attack that.
By the I am released.
There is a whole thing with Deathbring Saurfang and the there's a lot there and I don't want to get into it.
I have many.
Just know that dude was cool. And his death is what set me along really caring about like the lore of WoW.
May your feet find good trails.
You will have a proper ceremony in Nagrand, next to the pyres of your mother and ancestors.
Actually, there's interesting dragon lore at the end of this raid that I just remembered.
Freezes the marrow of my bones. I can feel the Lich King reaching out, watching us.
Honor young heroes, no matter how dire the battle. Never forsake it.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you, when your aspect is life, life itself can be bad in ways. Like too much life or forced life.
Good news, everyone. I fixed the poison slime pipes.
No! You kid stinky! You pay!
Good news, everyone. I fixed the poison slime pipes.
Killed 25 raid bosses. I didn't realize that counted for any raid boss. What?
Good news, everyone.
Hello?
Fixed the poison slime pipes.
Wait, they made that super easy. It's not just whatever the current raid is for killing raid bosses. It's any raid boss in the game.
That's nice.
Even the one-hittable ones? Oh, that's super easy. Fuck. The whole reason I wasn't going for that is because I didn't realize. Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't have a target. I must get closer.
Bad news, everyone. I don't think.
As a matter of fact, 1 second. I'm gonna go pull up the cutscene right now. Wrath Gate Cinematic. So it's old. Like this video is 11 years old, and the actual cutscene is much older than that. What, 16 years old? 15 years old? Something around there? 14? Somewhere in that area. But this is the cinematic that... Oh, I need to fucking change audio, sorry. This is the cinematic that made me get into WoW's lore. Those are very cool.
Rise up, sons of the Horde!
That's Seraphon. That's Deathbringer Saurfang. Right there. Before he was Deathbringer Saurfang.
I was wondering if you'd show up. I couldn't let the Alliance have all the fun today.
Arthas! The blood of your father, of your people, demands justice! Come forth, coward, and answer for your crimes!
You speak of justice, of cowardice. I will show you the justice of the grave and the true meaning of fear. Enough talk! Let it be finished!
You will pay for all the lives you've stolen, traitor!
Boldly stated, but there is nothing you can. What?
Did you think we had forgotten? Did you think we had forgiven? Behold now the terrible vengeance of the Forsaken!
Sylvanas.
Death to the Scourge! And death to the living! Now, all can see. This is the hour of the Forsaken.
We're finished. No escape for any of us.
So the dragons that purged the plague that was released there, those were red dragons. And yeah, it's fire. Oh, god damn it. It's oh, I forgot to turn on audio again. Shit, 1 second. There. Now audio is back. It's fire, yeah. But remember that red dragons are aspected to life. 'Cause that's gonna be important soon.
Foolish mortals. You thought us defeated so easily. The Sand Lane are the Lich King's immortal soldiers. Now, you shall face their might combined. Rise up, brothers, and destroy our enemies!
Naxanar was merely a setback. With the power of the orb, Valinar will have his vengeance!
Oh, don't have a target.
They come.
Too
You
far
have
away.
made an unwise
We're all
decision.
So well.
Sorry, Kush. Gotta put you away for a little bit.
Ready your arms, my Argent brothers. The Vrykul will protect the Frost Queen with their lives.
Even dying here beats spending another day collecting reagents for that madman
I
Finkelstein.
need to target something first.
Enough idle banner. Our champions have arrived. Support them as we push our way
I
through the
require a target.
Never.
I don't have a target.
Hurry! Before that Valkyria picks us off!
I need to target something first.
Reinforcements will arrive shortly. We must bring her down quickly.
Foolish Croc. You brought my reinforcements with you. Arise, Argent champions, and
I can't attack that target.
You miserable fools
I must
never
get
did
closer.
manage to select a decent Batwing. Don't let Finkelstein use me for his potions.
Here's a dragon that they're trying to strip and turn into an undead dragon.
Brothers to their graves.
I am out of range.
Help me bring
Too far away.
I'll remain and inform Tyrion about.
I am renewed! Isera grants me the favor to lay these foul creatures to rest!
And then she fucks off to the dream, and we're done.
You have done much in this war against the Scourge. May the light embrace you.
Beware the dangers that lie ahead. And do try to remain in one piece.
Oh no, that's we're right there. That's quite literally what just happened.
Must not approach the Frost Queen. Quickly, stop them!
I don't have a target. I require a target. I need to target something first. I require a target.
Ah, okay. God, if I had the energy, I would go run some infinite dragonflight stuff so you can see that too. There's so much. I just want to get to the end of this so you can see what life can be when it's a little fucked up. And there she is, Malagos's wife. The wall of this raid. Back in the day, she was so fucking hard. God. She had us fucking locked for weeks. Just could not get past her. No matter how hard we tried. I just missed it. God damn it. Yeah, she is easily the second hardest boss in this raid. Like, easily. Lich King is harder, but not by much. I think we spent 3 weeks on Lich King and we spent just over a month on Sindragosa. Just because we couldn't get the Sindragosa fight down. That was also when we had like a bunch of people dropping in and out of the guild though. Because life shit was just coming up. So it was like new people every week that would have to learn the fight and then we would have to move on. Like, it sucked. I think by the end of that, only 3 of the original 25 were there. Okay, before we start this, so the dude who, with the shield and everything, and he was kind of the focus of that. Yeah. That's him. Right there, that's him. I don't even know if you noticed, but he looks pretty burnt and fucked up. Cause when you're not 100% dead and a life dragon attempts to purge you, it doesn't go well. So yeah, he was burnt to a crisp. But he's still alive. And also, as far as we know, he is now immortal?
Eternally pissed off.
Like, as far as we know, he was infused with enough life magic that he is just unkillable. Not in a fun way, though. Like, he can still get his ass beat. He does. But he is...
We'll grant you a swift death, Arthas.
He just can't die.
Can be said for the thousands you've tortured and slain.
You'll learn of that firsthand when my
It's...
work is complete.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking tell on myself with this one. But it's kind of a Jack Harkness situation. Accidental immortality.
So be it. Champions, attack!
I can't attack that.
To witness the end, Fordring. I will not want them. No questions remain unanswered. No doubts linger. You are Azeroth's greatest champions. You overcame every challenge I laid before you. My mightiest servants have fallen before your relentless onslaught. Your unbridled fury. Is it truly righteousness that drives you? I wonder.
Arthas, just get on with it.
You delivered the greatest fighting force this world has ever known. Right into my hands. Exactly as I intended. You shall be rewarded for your unwitting sacrifice. Watch now as I raise them from the dead.
So normally, in the raid, back when it was, you know, a thing, when he stabbed the ground, it just instant kills us all. Like, Lich King is technically strong enough to have wiped out our raid in one hit, but he doesn't. Because he's like, I want to test him. And so then he kills you all, and starts raising you from the dead to become his new generals. So you just gave him 25 of the strongest motherfuckers on the planet to lead his army. And then this motherfucker gets lucky and gets a fucking Deus Ex Machina and wins. But if that didn't happen, we would have lost, for sure. If Tyrion had not pulled shit out of his ass, we would have lost.
No more lives will be consumed by your hatred.
Nope, no Reigns of Invincible. I'll never get that horse.
Father, is it over?
At long last. No king rules forever, my son.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Without its master's command, the restless scourge will become an even greater threat to this world. Control must be maintained. There must always be a Lich King.
Such a burden. It must be mine, for there is no other.
Tyrion! You hold a grim destiny in your hands, brother. but it is not your own.
Bulva! By all that is holy,
The dragon's flame sealed my fate. The world of the living can no longer comfort me. Place the crown upon my head, Tyrion. Forevermore, I will be the jailer of the damned.
No, old friend. I cannot.
Do it, Tyrion! You and these brave heroes have your own destinies to fulfill. This last act of service is mine.
You will not be forgotten, brother.
I must be forgotten, Tyrion. If the world is to live free from the tyranny of fear, they must never know what was done here today. Tell them only that the Lich King is dead, and that Bolvar Dragon died with him. Now go, leave this place, and never return.
We do absolutely return. Multiple fucking times. In Legion, and then Shadowlands. But yeah, so basically he becomes the new Lich King because he's technically undead, I guess? But he's not because he's absolutely still alive? He's too alive? He's got too much life in him.
Ice Crown. A monument to our suffering. The veil between life and death. Where a usurper sits on a frozen throne. But no king rules forever.
Like I said, blue is kind of the color of death.
to wear this crown. To wield so much power.
That power will be your prison.
This world is a prison. Set us all free.
And then it led into the worst expansion they've ever made. God damn it, Blizzard. You fucked that story up. But yeah, that's woof. Gonna be down till 3 p.m. on Tuesday. I mean, big patch, so yeah, makes sense. But oof, fucking oof. At least I won't. At least I know I won't have to worry about streaming or recording till after 3. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I will probably stream more on Tuesday after 3 p.m. Pacific, because new patch and I want to check it out. And I will have slept and maybe can actually give some more lore if you would like that, Jade. Because there's so much to this flight. It's a 30. When was Warcraft 1? It's a 30-year-old franchise next year. So there's a lot. There's a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some more food, and then yeah, I'm gonna have an edible and probably pass the fuck out. So y'all have a very nice night, and I will see you later. Thank you all for hanging out.
Have a good night.
Sleep tight.